Hi everyone, today I'm here making a card for the Mod Squad challenge for kitchen sink stamps. I'm going to start by using my gel plate and doing some alcohol ink backgrounds on acetate. So I have a pack of, the transparency films that we used to use when we did presentations. They are pretty much obsolete, but they work great in crafting. So I trimmed them to make them long like a slimline card, and I am just sprinkling some alcohol ink on my gel plate. I have aquamarine, stream, and purple twilight, and those are the only colors that I'm using. I found that those three colors work really nice with a theme of ocean or water. And so at first I was using my brayer, but I noticed that if I brayered it too much, it took all the alcohol ink right off of the gel plate. So what I did was I decided to spray a little bit with some alcohol, and then I brayered a little bit, and that helped the alcohol inks to move a little bit. So I'm just really playing here. Like I said, the transparencies, and these are some of the finished transparencies, whatever, backgrounds. I'm really pleased with how they turned out. I made some A2 size backgrounds and I made some slimline so that I would have them for my various projects that I'm doing right now with the theme of oceans, under the sea, mermaids, what you name it. There's a lot out there these days around that subject matter area, so these will definitely be put to use. The only thing I forgot to do is grab some foil. While the alcohol ink is a little tacky on the acetate, I could have grabbed some foil to make it shiny, but next time I will. This stamp set is called Giant Coral and Seahorse, and I'm showing you that it has a stamping guide that comes with the stamp set. The stamping guide gives you an idea of what order to stamp the stamps in and where to line things up so that you have nice alignment for your images. You can also go on to Kitchen Sink Stamps website and get what they call color recipe cards that give you ideas on different inks you can use to get different colors. So here I have what I call the template. So basically, when you order from Kitchen Sink Stamps, if you put the SVG file in your cart, when you check out, you will get the SVG for free. Then if you have a scan and cut or other type of machine like that, you can actually print out these shapes that are basically die cuts of the stamped images. So instead of having to die cut them, the SVG makes it easy. I can just do a one-time print off on my scan and cut, or I can do a multiple copies, then I have them to make other cards in the future. So yes, I highly recommend using the SVGs. And as you can see, it helped me to line up my stamps so that I'm getting a good position having the die cut backgrounds. I have some Catherine Puller inks. I want my coral to be pink, red. Um, that's the color that I'm looking for. So I'm just going to experiment a little bit. These pieces of paper, these die cuts keep coming out of their little space on the template. So I do have some removable double-sided tape that I put down just to keep things in place. So this is one called Polished by Catherine Puller. This is a nice pink color to get us started. The difference between the two corals, one has the spaces cut out in between and the other does not. So the one that I'm doing right now, there's no little spaces cut out. The one below that, you can see the spaces that are cut out. So I'm just, playing around here. I'm grabbing the gel plates and thinking about making actually two corals. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab the polished again. And yep, polished. I was just checking to make sure I had the right color. And we'll go ahead and stamp that coral that has the cutout. These are high quality photopolymer stamps made in the USA. Kitchen Sink Stamps has a wonderful variety of stamps to choose from. In my description box, located below my video, you'll find a link to Kitchen Sink Stamps, as well as a link to the Mod Squad Challenge. So what is the Mod Squad Challenge? Well, as the host and designer, I am creating a card using kitchen sink stamps for the Mod Squad Challenge. Basically, it is a blog, and I will have it linked below in my description box. You go to that site, you can see this card, and you can see where you can enter your card for a chance to win a gift certificate from Kitchen Sink Stamps. So that was Catching Rays that I'm pressing with right now. So instead of going strictly pinky coral, I added a little bit of orange. So yes, forget where I was at when I was explaining to you the Mod Squad Challenge. So I will have it linked below. You can go to the Mod Squad Challenge and see all the different ideas that people create for the challenge. And so with it being the theme of Under the Sea, I think we're going to get a nice number of responses. I think last time we had, I think close to 60. So that was pretty good. Getting, a nice little audience of people who know who I am and how I'm going to present my style, in other words, and if they like it, they're going to watch. Okay, Mr. Seahorse, you're not cooperating. I'm going to have to put a little bit of tape down behind you. This is just double-sided tape. You can get it in a multi-pack from scrapbook.com. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get his body lined up. Okay, so this would be step number 6, I think. Let me look here. If you're not familiar with kitchen sink stamps, they are a multi-layer stamp that give a effect that looks realistic, almost three-dimensional. And it's almost as if it's a photograph that you're looking at. So hopefully you'll be able to see that when you see my finished product. And I think the coral really looks real on my card, and I think the seahorse does too. So it's fun. It's fun seeing these images come to life as you do the layers. So I did layer 6. Now I'm doing layer 5. I have Peppermint Scrub by Gina K. So my seahorse is going to be a reddish orange, and my coral will be pinkish red, if all goes well. Okay, looks like we're doing step number 4, and the color that we're using is called Mandarin Spice. Again, this is step 4, and the seahorse has 6 different steps of stamping. Okay, so this one should be step 3. And the color is Tutti Frutti. Has a lot of pink in it. I'm going to wait until I get through all of these steps so that you know the colors of ink that I'm using. Then I'll continue explaining more about Mod Squad Challenge. Okay, catching rays. This color is definitely orange, a yellowish orange. I think that really brightens it a lot. The color catching rays really helps the seahorse to glow. And the final layer, layer number 1, we're using Sauna, which is a golden yellow. And it's that easy, gang. If you have these templates, if you have the ability to cut out the SVG, I would definitely encourage you to do that. Helps you get things lined up just right. Now my seahorse is sticking to my foam. But there you go. There's my seahorse. Okay, now I need to stamp these pieces of coral. I'm going to speed it up for the sake of time. I'm definitely slow when it comes to crafting. I'm not one who can rush through a project. This is Tutti Frutti. Oh, this is Rocking Red. Yeah, this is really pretty when I use the Rocking Red. I got my stamp lined up. Now I can stamp it right on top of this. Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay. The next layer, which is layer number 2, just tuck that right back into the little slot there. Okay, what color is that? Samba. Real pretty coral color. Oh, that's gorgeous. I love how bright that coral is. Again, this is layer number 2. Using it on top of the template that does not have the cutout in between the coral. You'll see at the end it's just basically white once you stamp around it. Okay, I'm sorry I didn't show that color, but this is Coral Cabana. And wait till you see this. Doesn't that look awesome? I love it. I love the way the colors are coming together. And really, I'm not following the color guide. It's really great that Kitchen Sink Stamps offers you a color guides. You can download them or just look at them on the Kitchen Sink Stamp website. But it gives you some options for different colors of inks that you can use. Okay, I forgot to show the lid again as to what color this is. Pretty sure this is Samba. And the color recipes are for various different brands of ink. So Catherine Pooler's one of them, but there's also Memento that's demonstrated, VersaFine Claire. So, you're going to get the opportunity to look and see what inks are recommended for each step. Okay, I'm trying to pick a color here. I can tell because I'm looking at all my different inks and thinking, what color didn't I use yet? And the winner is, I hope I show it this time. Oh, it is Orange Twist. Bum, bum, bum. All right, we have a winner, Orange Twist. I love the way it makes this look. So What a great combo. Just by playing around, guys. Doesn't have to be exactly the same every time. You can make your coral any color that you'd like. Those color guides from Kitchen Sink Stamp really show you a wide variety of colors that you might, want to try. Okay, so I'm just peeling my template up and then I'll get ready to assemble the card. I have a little piece of paper here and some new Cove blue ink from Catherine Puller, and I'm just coloring it in for my sentiment, which says "Seize the day." And seize is spelled S-E-A. I've got my decal trimmer that I'm going to use to trim my sentiment. This is an excellent trimmer for your sentiments and for many things as well. My sentiment comes from the Tropical Fish stamp set by Kitchen Sink Stamps. So please head on over to the Mod Squad Challenge. The challenge is open for 2 weeks. You have the chance to win a $25 gift card from Kitchen Sink Stamps. It's a random drawing. There is one winner for the gift certificate, and then top three winners who are named and have bragging rights. But again, everything is random. You can enter up to 3 different cards. If you use a stamp set from Kitchen Sink Stamps, you get an extra entry. That goes for every, card that you make. If you make 2 different cards using Kitchen Sink Stamps, then you would get an extra entry for both of those. Has to be a new card. It can't be something old that you published or showed other people. The idea is to create a new card. And the theme is under the sea, so that's pretty broad. Right now, I notice there's a lot of stamp sets out there that are related to that. Now, I'm taking my art glitter glue and I'm only placing it on the areas where there's something on the front to sort of hide it because it would show through. And then I have a 2-way glue pen and I am adhering some soap bubble sentiments. These are cute because they do look like bubbles, and I put several of them in the scene. And I think it makes a nice little accent. And I'm using a jewel picker to help me lay these sequins down. It turned out to be a really cool card. The alcohol ink background is super pretty. And this is that stamp set Tropical Fish that has the sentiment "Seize the Day." Yeah, so these sets go very well together. Tropical fish and giant coral and seahorse. Here are some close-up pictures of the card that I made. I hope that you like it. Please head over to Mud Squad Challenge and enter your card so that you have the chance to win a gift certificate from Kitchen Sink Stamps. Thanks everybody for watching and have a hopeful day. Bye-bye.